Welcome to the 108 Tourney post-game show. Round 1, day 1. We've got a lot of matchups here today, and we've got our good friends Beef Loaf and Brewhand Luke with us to break it all down. MSS is so devastated he couldn't join us tonight. But as you know, I'm your host, but not really. I'm handing over to Beef Loaf. He's going to give you the breakdown of everything that happened today, and me and Brewhand Luke are going to comment and probably drink.
Bless you, friends. What a great day. A lot of you did follow my instructions leading up into 108 tourney. I said like, retweet. There was a shit ton of liking and retweeting today. Exactly what we need. We need that every single day of the tournament. Keep our sponsors happy. I'm not sure everyone did great content today, Jackie, but that's very positive of you to say. Let's start going through the brackets here and the results. I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna start with the White Sox Dave region.
Go for it, man.
Our co-host here, Treasy E, absolutely clobbered Mike Rankin, 66 to 34%. That was when I was putting all these polls in there, and I looked at the first one, and you were up like 80% to 20%. It was like this was over 3 seconds into the tournament.
It was, I heard on the score they were wondering how this seating worked.
Yeah,
it worked out exactly how it was supposed to. It was a humbling ass whooping.
Yeah, I heard that segment, and I don't think we were the ones that were full of crap with this matchup.
Yeah, that's right. I think we were right on the money. Next up was the number 8 seed Jordan Lazowski handling the number 9 seed Chris Lanuti, 76% to 24%. I saw there was a little back and forth out there on Twitter that Father Zoe alerted me to. So, nice to see a little fireworks early on with the video and the counter and all that stuff.
You know where there's going to be some fireworks?
Where's that?
Lazowski's out there trying to get the Soxwood vote. You fucking kidding me? Trying to get the Soxwood vote from me?
We'll get to that in a minute. Treasy.
I love it.
I got a lot to say in a little bit. The number 4 seed, Courtney Finicum, lost the number 13 seed. A mild upset here. Crystal O'Keefe. Crystal wins 54% to 46%. That kind of trended the same way the entire day. It was kind of stayed around that area. And you know what? Here's the difference. Crystal put in some work during the day. I didn't see anything out of Courtney. 8% is where you lose it right there, where you have a little content.
Yeah, I think Crystal has done a lot more, and people have seen all the work on Sox Twitter and all of her blogs and podcasts that she does. Courtney's around, but I don't know how much of a follow. Like, she's got a lot of followers, but how much does she interact with the 108 and Sox Twitter and everything on a regular basis? I think Crystal definitely has established a following and a bigger interaction on a day-to-day basis with the people on Sox Twitter. I think that was the difference.
Yeah, I think you're right there. And I think, too, maybe Courtney doesn't quite know how to interact with it at this point. Didn't know kind of like what the content expectations were there. Next up, number 5 seed Herb Lawrence handles the number 12 seed Nick Morawski, 68% to 32%. No real surprise there from Herbie. I mean, Herbie's been a high seed in this tournament before. He's a vet of this. He's advanced far before. And an easy first-round win. Luke, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought Nick would get a little bit more of the vote because he's been hustling with Locked On Sox for the last year, and the good guys talk back. But then Herb returns fire with a everyday podcast of his own on the CHGO. So he's got a huge following going, and he's really skyrocketed a lot with his stock even more. So I think that they kind of wiped each other out a little bit there.
Yeah, you're right. Nick's gains were kind of offset by Herbie's gains.
Yeah, both amazing people. Love them both. And I was surprised at how big of a win that was. But good for her, man. Congrats. That was awesome.
The next matchup is the number 3 seed Josh Nelson defeating the number 14 seed Sean Anderson, 60% to 40%. Two White Sox podcast hosts. Josh Nelson was very gracious in asking people to follow Sean Anderson while talking shit to me almost constantly during the matchup. We aren't even against each other. And the man was giving me hell out there. So good win by Josh. What do you think about that one, Luke?
I thought, again, another one I thought would be a little bit closer. Sean came right out of the gates and had 3 joints all at once, got high as shit.
I saw him.
And I was like, holy fuck, this guy just did this and he's losing by this. How is this possible? I mean, and then I kind of told him like, yeah, you thanked everybody, Sean, but you didn't mention my name in that video. So
That hurts.
Just
Treasy,
kidding.
what do you think?
It doesn't matter. That's fine.
What do you think about that matchup, Treasy? Josh Nelson handling Sean Anderson 60%, 40%.
I'm not shocked. I mean, Sean was pissed because in the reveal show I said I'd be very disappointed in Josh if he didn't get past Sean, and it was no knock on Sean. I like Sean. It was all about you guys facing off, you and Josh facing off, because there's so many dinners at stake. In this.
You don't know how high it'll go throughout the day.
So I mean, like, there's just like. I thought there's a lot of content opportunity there. Sean took it personally, and Josh had to knock him out, and I had to knock out Rankin. Like it was just what had to go down.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if the picture that Sean posted of him and Rankin together hurt both of their stock. It
hurt Rankin more than it hurt him.
It hurt him. I feel like it hurt them both. I don't think that could have been good. But no, Sean always gives great content in the tournament or otherwise. So nice job there by Josh Nelson knocking him off. Now, my matchup. Now, I'm against a guy who I really like, Matt Zawoski. We're friends, especially in the content game. We confide in each other and stuff. We laugh about some of you guys with your fucked up content. All that shit. When we get into it today, okay, he comes out and he does his normal campaign, and then I get going in the morning. I don't have a lot of time to do stuff because, there's a global banking crisis, and, I may have some things I got to take care of. And as I'm looking at Twitter every once in a while, getting ready for the day or whatever, I got all these OGs crossing me, telling me they're voting for Southside Zoe. And you mentioned Zach earlier. Zach's another one. Zach's like, oh, yeah, Beef's my guy, and I've been to his house a million times, and he lent me deodorant, but fuck him, I'm voting for Zoe. And Mr. Hand is non-committal. Doughboy, non-committal. Roxy, you saying Sean Jankowski crossed me. There's more of you out there. I saw all this shit. I'm going to keep a mental. And I never give who I'm voting for or not, except for the 108ers. That's all I ever do. This tournament, I might go against some of you. Missy, I might get you. I might get Alexis Lopez. We'll see. I might put the beef loaf thumb on the fucking scale when you guys are out there for this shit that I saw today. And guess what? All of you against me, I still whoop Zoe's ass.
You know what's amazing? You know what's amazing is that people know that you spend the whole year keeping track of all the Twitter accounts on White Sox Twitter.
I do.
To put this tournament together, and they think you're going to forget some shit from 2 days ago.
Right. It's kind of a mistake when you think about it, It's kind of a mistake.
Never forgets.
You know who's the biggest grudge holder in the 108? It's me. I always has been me.
This is amazing.
That's why his name's Beef.
Beef loses in the first round a year ago. He wins this year in the first round, and now he's #grudge loaf for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I am grudge loaf. I agree with, and I was thinking about there is a level of you get to a certain follower level, and then everyone just thinks it's fun. Pick on that guy, and let's try to make this match closer. Let's try to. Mm-hmm. Well, I got my eye on you people, all right? I've been watching you people, and I did say you people, okay? I'm sorry. That's the way I talk, Yeah, I am vengeful. So not against you, though. I love you. You know that, baby. So next round, watch out. Vino, thank you. Appreciate you with that. Anyway, off of me. Fuck me. I don't care. The next matchup is the number 7 seed James Fox against the number 10 seed Vinny Parise. And this one got a lot of activity, over 2,600 votes. And Vinny Parise wins 54% to 46%. I was surprised at the amount of votes that this one it generated. But Vinny's group, I mean, they got behind him and they pushed this shit all day, all 12 hours. They were behind it. Boys, what do you think?
I mean, you put him in for a reason, right? You figured he would be a content factor. The guy will put a live video up immediately for everything. So he did not disappoint. I loved it. I was retweeting some of his stuff because I was like, you're going to come and put all this content? Do it, man. That's what this is all about. I love it.
Yep, agreed.
I knew that Vinny Parise was going to bring the heat. Where the fuck was James Fox? Like, dude, you're in the fucking 108 tourney. I know you're busy at work all day, but pre-record some shit or schedule some tweets. You're a smart guy. You get involved in it just a little fucking bit. Like that, dude, come on. That let me down a little bit. I wanted to see a little more action from James Fox for once.
That's
We'll get-
such a great comment.
I'll get to you later, Tim. God damn it. That's why Tim was in the tournament, because he says crazy shit in our comments. All right. The last matchup from the White Sox Dave region was a mild shocker, and the seeding will lead you to believe it's a bigger shocker than it was. This matchup's a little closer than 215 seed, but when you get the White Sox Dave region, you have a lot of people with a lot of followers, and you got to fit people in somewhere. But Celeste Spaghetti beats my Sox number 56% to 44%. Tracy, I was shocked at how little of a fight my Sox number put up. Weren't you?
I mean, if I work all day, I get home from work, and if I'm the one putting up the video for you, come on, man. You didn't do enough. You didn't do enough.
That's right.
So I don't know the final stat lines, but the last time I looked, I'm pretty sure this was the matchup of the day that got the most votes, which means that's fucked up, because that means my Sox Summer had the most people voting against him out of all of this shit. What the fuck, people?
You think it was hate votes?
There's got to be hate votes in there. Like, nothing against Celeste, but like, that's our guy. Like, that many people are voting against him. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was the number one. So that had almost 2,800 votes. Number two was Vinny Parise and James Fox with 2,600. And number three was myself and Father Zoe with 2,450. But one thing that was awesome, though, in this is my Sox Summer reaches out to his BFF from Barstool Chief. And Barstool Chief retweets it and says, MSS, love him. Internet friend, but it would be hilarious if everyone just voted for his opponent so that he loses. And I was dying at work. I hadn't checked anything, and then I opened up Twitter for a second. I'm going to take a little break right here, and that's the first thing that hit me right in the face, and I was dying from that shit.
MSS's man crush just destroys him. I love it.
That's terrible.
Man crush no more.
That's it.
It's all over. It's all over.
All right, so let's quickly preview what those matchups are going to be in this next round. And that's going to be Monday, March 20th. You're going to have number 1 seed Trezy against the number 8 seed Jordan Lazowski. You'll have the number 13 seed Crystal O'Keefe against the number 5 seed Herb Lawrence. You'll have the number 3 seed Josh Nelson against yours truly, the Beefloaf, number 6 seed. And then we'll close out the White Sox Day region on March 20th with the second round matchups with the number 10 seed Vinny Parise versus the number 15 seed Celeste Spaghetti. Let's get on to the 108 region. Now, the 108 region, the specialty here is every person after the cutoff date under 1,000 followers. The number 1 seed Baloney knocks off my guy Jeff Muggs, who created one of the au jus graphics. That's awesome. People kind of love it on Twitter. Baloney beats him 61% to 39%. Boys, your thoughts?
The heel turn's working for Baloney. I mean, he's a number 1 seed. We put him as a 1 seed for a reason. He earned it. He's really stepping up his content game right now. I'm excited to see what he has moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, we knew Baloney had it. He could bring it. So like, I'm not shocked by the result. I love Jeff, of course. He's one of my Star Wars guys.
Yeah, Jeff's good people.
And I just I want to see how Baloney goes through the next few rounds. It's going to get tougher from here. So I want to see how much heat he can bring, how heel he can go.
That's right. How far you go down there. The next matchup is the number 8 seed Soul Sox fan, edging out John Carney 57% to 43%. That's our guy Bill Webb. Nice performance there.
Here's Bill.
There you go. It's a good performance for Soul Sox fan. I was hoping that he would get himself in a matchup where he had a shot there. And John Carney is great. He even did the Good Will Hunting reenactment when Ben Affleck's in there talking for him. Like, that's some good shit. So nice job on that, boys.
I do got to stop you guys for a second because I messed up.
Oh, what'd you do?
We had the split between the brackets, and I forgot to pay some bills. So let me get that in there.
Do it.
For the 4th year in a row, Wings and Rings is sponsoring the 108 tourney. Never been? Well, what the fuck is wrong with you? They out here sponsoring the best goddamn tournament in March. The least you can do is head over to 3434 South Halstead and check them out. Pre-game, post-game, night out, or a night in, Wings and Rings is always the right call. From fresh pressed burgers to Korean shrimp, they have it all. With 12 sauces, 2 dry rubs, you can get your wings any way you want them. Traditional, boneless, tender, and cauliflower. They have choices for everyone, so swing by, call, or order online. Wings and Rings is there for you. 773-579-9464 or online at bwr2go.com.
Oh, man. R.I.P. and peace, MSS.
Thoughts and prayers. All right, you want to move on to the next matchup, or you guys got more on Soul Glow and John Carney?
It just appears that bourbon wins out over cigars. I didn't know that was a scene from a movie from John Carney. I thought that was just him in his kitchen doing a little bit there. So,
absolutely love it. All right, the next one was the number 4 seed, Berry Bag of Donuts, going against number 13 seed, Southside Bum. And Johnny pulls it out. Southside Bum with the upset here, 57% to 43%. It's a mild upset, in my opinion, because when we set the brackets, Johnny's star wasn't rising as fast as it has going into the tournament, so they're probably a little closer
Big day for the Bums. Big day for the Bums.
No question about that.
Yeah,
right,
that was a good matchup.
I think we learned something today. Mustaches are in. Like if you could bring the stash, you're gonna get the votes. So a lot of the women have done really excellent jobs so far in kicking some of the guys' asses. Guys, you got to bring a mustache. That's what it is. You got to go mustache.
Mustache season. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what it is. Next up is the number 5 seed Southside Mofo against number 12 seed Ian Eskridge from White Sox Daily. And Southside Mofo wins big, 65% to 35%. My man, he's been in this tournament before, too. He's a longtime 108 follower, so it's good to see him pull out a victory there.
Happy to see it. I was, obviously a lot of love for Ian. But, I was surprised by the margin. He really kicked some ass.
He sure did. Yeah, that was an impressive win right there going in round 2. Now hitting the bottom side of the bracket, we have a bunch of extremely tight matchups for the day. The first one starting off with the number 3 seed, Sox Chick, versus the number 14 seed, Julie Fonseca. Julie edges her out 50.8% to 49.2%. This one had a lot of interactions, 137 retweets, almost 1,700 votes. And goes down to the very end. Trees, your thoughts on that?
Wild ride. I mean, because both people wanted it, and you love when you see that, when it's like you're reaching out to just everybody, just someone, anybody. Give me these last couple votes. It's such an edge, such a short, small edge here. It was really a lot of fun. I think Julie's got the content. She's ready to go, so I'm interested to see what happens next round.
Yeah, this is a good breakout moment for Julie here because Sox Chick brings it every year in this tournament, and she pumps up all sorts of endorsements and retweets and gets some big names involved. And when we were making this matchup, I'm like, this is great for Julie because I knew that this would be a good moment for Julie to really get a lot of followers and promote her content and the Bums and everything else that they do. And I was like, man, that's going to be tough. But holy shit, she fucking brought it. And now it's like, what next? This is going to be awesome. This is a great win. Good job, Julie.
Yeah, you said that very well, Luke. That's an impressive win because you're right. Sox Chick does always bring it, and she's a marketing machine, and she always has been. We know Sox Chick. We know what she's going to come do. And it was like early in the day, Julie had it until Sox Chick really started to engage with it, and then that's when it became this crazy matchup. So it was absolutely awesome to see. It's a little early for that HBIC. The Bums are a wagon. It's one round. Okay,
First round.
One round.
They're doing good.
One round, son. Okay. Next up is the number 6 seed Steve Niss versus the number 11 seed Chris McGowan. And Chris McGowan in the tightest match of the day edges him out 50.2% versus 49.8%. Also almost 1,700 votes. Treasy, did you make the difference in this matchup? Because you endorsed Chris McGowan.
That's the Chirizi difference right there. Those votes were the Chirizi difference. Possibly the Barron Plains difference. They retweeted it too.
Allegedly, Steve Niss has a big dick, so he just have to settle for having a big dick and not a first round win. That's what it is.
I mean, it's alleged, but it's obvious. It's obvious. He told us the story about when he met his wife, and it's like no one should date you after that, but she did. So that means. Yeah, it's a salchicha de terror. That's all I know.
Steve went all in this matchup, and he was trying to save his marriage, and not enough people gave a fuck. They're like, I'm going to fucking Like, or are they trying to sabotage his marriage? I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, what's going on here, guys? I mean, we're gonna have to find answers to that at some point.
Well, you're right. We need an investigation.
Yeah.
Why did that happen? I want to see who voted against, so we can determine
Yeah.
who's trying to ruin his marriage. I agree with that. All right, next up in the 108 region, the number 7 seed Scott Garcia, our West Coast representation, against the number 10 seed Liam Menus. Absolutely hilarious guy. And Liam Menus sneaks it out, 50.5% to 49.5%. Scott Garcia made a late charge in there, but just couldn't quite get
close.
there. He
that
could
was,
not
I mean,
finish it.
that was the second closest match of the night. We do got a drink, guys.
Oh, and I'm happy to give you a little
request. And a request. So cheers. Oh. Well done.
That's a good one, right?
Well, we finish off that drink. Let me get in one more commercial while we do that, and then we could get to some more.
When looking to buy a home, choosing the right realtor can be a struggle. You need someone with experience, knowledge of the area, and most of all, a strong desire to get the right fit for every customer. As the founder of the RG Group at Dreamtown, Riz brings to the table a wealth of real estate experience coupled with a great knowledge of the Chicagoland area. Riz's business runs the gamut from single-unit investors to high-end luxury buyers and sellers. Still, he holds a special affinity for first-time buyers. Riz loves walking a first-time buyer through every step of the often complex process of becoming a homeowner. Seeing the smile on a new homeowner's face after closing is truly a rewarding end to a long journey. Riz maintains a very loyal client base, and over the last several years, over 95% of his business has come from prior clients and their referrals. He truly appreciates the faith his clients put in him and treats all referrals with the utmost level of service. So if you're looking to buy or sell, please consider Riz Galani with RG Group at Dreamtown and his team of professionals. As a former client, Riz walked us through our first time buying experience and was very patient. With over 18 years experience, he has the contacts to get you the best rates and inspectors you can trust. Riz Galani with the RG Group at Dreamtown. Check out his team at rggroupchicago.com or give him a call at 773-456-6168. Start your home buying journey today with a trusted realtor.
That music made it sound like it was MSS's In Memoriam. Like,
Yeah, it sure did. I agree. Let's get to a few comments though before we get to the next matchup. Barry Bag of Donuts says an actual fart would have been funnier. Yeah, no shit, but I don't have one in the chamber at all times, and then I'm going to get my ass
Barry,
cheeks right up here. Come on, Barry.
Barry, it's also a huge risk. It's a huge risk.
And then Brian S. says MSS is going to be the narrator forensic files. And Barry, again, MSS voice is putting me to sleep. And there was one more in here that I saw. And Missy says, ooh, Rizlord. So people are enjoying the
Riz
MSS,
is the Rizlord.
They're enjoying the MSS ad reads there. Back to the matchups. The final matchup in the 108 region, the number 2 seed Tim Maher, who I think is up in the comments right now, went against the number 15 seed SPF, and SPF pulled off the upset, 52%
Crazy.
to 48% against Tim Maher. That was crazy, and it kind of.
It was the battle of the YouTube comments. Like
Yeah.
those are two dudes that are always up in the YouTube comments, giving us some good stuff. And like, I thought Tim was gonna win it, and SPF all day kept it going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a close battle for a reason. I mean, it was like 49 to 51, I think, at the end there. There's a reason why Tim gained some ground, and it was so close the whole way. I mean, it was a good matchup.
Absolutely true. Now let's preview next week, also on Monday, the 108 region matchups for the second round. It's going to be the number 1 seed Bologna against the number 8 seed Soul Glow Sox Fan. It'll be the number 13 seed Southside Bum versus the number 5 seed Southside Mofo. The number 14 seed Julie Fonseca will go against the number 11 seed Chris McGowan. And the number 10 seed Liam Menus against the number 15 seed SPF. A lot of upsets in that bracket. Now, before we get out of here, boys, I think it's probably prudent of us to preview tomorrow's matchups. We got some matchups on Wednesday. So I'm going to pull the graph up on the board for people who are watching on YouTube, on Twitter. I guess that would be all the people. I don't think this goes into the podcast feed. The Whiskey Gotcha region goes tomorrow. We have the number 1 seed Billy Wires against number 16 seed Jay Holman. The number 8 seed Matt Ramsey faces off against the number 9 seed Adam KC. The number 4 seed Singer Sox against number 13 seed Sammy Davis Jr. 5K. The number 5 seed Alex Rude versus the number 12 seed Recovering Prof. The number 3 seed, Jimmy Vanicki, against the number 14 seed, Carey. The number 6 seed, Steve O, goes against the number 11 seed, Jordan Miller. The number 7 seed, Sharon's ex-husband, Chris, against the number 10 seed, Huckleberry. And rounding out the Whiskey Gotcha region, the number 2 seed, Wet Bandit, against number 15 seed, Ruddy. Which matchups are you fellas really looking forward to for tomorrow?
All of them. This region's gonna be fucking insane, and they're gonna be back and forth with Photoshop and weird pictures and memes and shit all fucking day. Like it's gonna be incredible. Like
Luke, do you feel like the sneaky craziest one might end up being Steve-O against Jordan Miller? Like a lot of these people, you're like, these maniacs, they're really gonna come with some stuff. That one could get off the rails. And not even just from them. Like, I feel like the memes that are going to get put underneath both of those dudes are going to be pretty wild.
That's the insurrection versus the Tupac killer. That's going to be.
You're right, Treasy, because that group who are mostly in this bracket are very brazen going at those two guys in general. So, like, those are the guys they do not hold back when they're hitting them with memes and stuff. So, you're right. It's got
There's so many Steve-O January 6th memes. That, like, it's.
There are.
And that's going to be
There's the Steve-O long neck memes, too. Like, it's all kinds of crazy stuff.
I think another sneaky one that people will hopefully appreciate will be Adam versus Matt Ramsey, because I think Adam could get shit-faced and Matt Ramsey will promote his new podcast over and over again. That could be really sneaky funny. Like, not like everybody will be into it, but enough people will be like, okay, that's pretty fucking funny. So...
Love it. The other region that's going to, Billy Wires. I expect Billy to be tame in round 1, although I did try to tell Jay Homan to go off on his religious memes, because I know he can get Billy into a lather when they're doing religious memes back and forth at each other. So we'll see if that pops off tomorrow. The other bracket that goes tomorrow is the Sunday Soak region. That's the number 1 seed and number 1 overall seed. The current champ, Brian Knights, goes against number 16 seed, Ray the Barber. Number 8 seed, Sockside Pride versus the number 9 seed, Wally Money, one of our very own. Number 4 seed, WSX Matt versus number 13 seed, Duke the Pod Guy. And the number 5 seed, Sox Bear Peyton versus the number 12 seed, Luis Roberts Butt Cheeks, who, by the way, Luis Roberts Butt Cheeks posted some pictures today of a photo shoot he did with his cat. You have to see it because he's dressed up and has the cat like it's a baby or something. It was absolutely ridiculous. Swinging over to the other side, we have a late scratch. So Jay Kuda is no longer the number 3rd seed. He has an undisclosed injury. I'm sticking my number 129 for this tournament out of 128, Westloop Tom, in there as the number 3 seed. So Westloop Tom is going to go against Rudy Covey's Burner, number 14 seed. So that's Westloop Tom is going to be in there now. The number 6 seed, Bennett Carroll, goes against the number 11 seed, Michael. The number 7 seed, Joey P, against the number 10 seed, Dan Reyes. And closing it out, the number 2 seed, Summer George, against the number 15 seed, Carmen Mike Sox. Boys, any matchups you're looking forward to tomorrow?
I really hope Wally brings his fucking A game. Sockside Pride versus Wally could be an outstanding matchup, but Wally's got to log into Twitter if he doesn't forget his password or some shit on that day. Sox Bear Peyton versus Luis Roberts Butt Cheeks. It looks like that's going to be a weed off to see who can get the highest. So that's going to be amazing content as well. Bennett versus Michael. I think that's a sleeper. So those are my 3 that I'm most intrigued by as far as just the matchups.
My biggest sleeper for like a crazy matchup is White Sox Matt against Duke the Pod Guy. Those guys are gonna go. They're gonna get after it. They're both guys that like to do a lot of content.
Yeah.
So like I am expecting like videos all day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you guys are sleeping a little bit on Joey P versus Dan Reyes.
No,
because
I'm
Dan
not
Reyes
sleeping on that.
they got the old Dan Reyes got the old
hurts.
school 108
It
people.
hurts.
And Joey P with the bums and everybody, so that could be something.
It just hurts too much to think about voting on that one. Like I'm gonna be like that scene from Narcos where the guy's just like Pablo's just staring off into the distance, just trying to think of who I'm supposed to vote for.
That's it. That's all I got, Treasy.
I love it, man. Well, a lot of fun today. I enjoyed a lot of the content. I think everyone did. And we will be back at it tomorrow. Starts at 8 a.m. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So it's 8:45 about Central Time. In about 15 minutes, we're going to be doing I don't know if Beef, are you joining?
I'll be on there, at least for a while,
we're
yes.
Yeah, we're going to do over at playback.tv/Sox Machine we will be doing the Mexico game. So come join us. Watch the Mexico beat the crap out of Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic. It's going to be a lot of fun. Probably going to be a lot of Mexican home runs, and that's what I'm here for. So
that's not a sex thing either. That's these actual home runs. The Mexican home run is not a sex thing.
It is a sex thing, but it's also going to happen in a baseball game.
Okay,
so
got it.
so just be prepared for both. Okay. And we will see you shortly. See you over there.
Later.